to another of the JMC Weekly that isn't really weekly, but I'm trying my best. I'm pretty bad at this. But this is a weekly update, just telling you what's going on. So in the last week, actually the last month, I've been very focused on getting all of my things together, all of my music assets together, to approach sync licensing opportunities. That has been quite the process. But once I have all my administration together, it's then approaching all the different forms of companies and people that require music to accompany their video, whether it be commercials and television and online content and movies, etc., etc. And I'm really looking forward to really embracing that part of my business arsenal. So that's where I've been up to and playing lots of gigs. And I've got my last gig for 2 weeks. I've got 2 weeks off coming up. My last gig tomorrow night is a solo gig. What else have I been doing? I've also been practicing a lot of electric guitar because I'm playing more electric guitar, and I've been getting my electric guitar set up. I have a little dog here, just Vivian. Vivian is here. Hello, Vivian. See, look at the people. Look. Anyway, off we go. And I've been practicing a lot of guitar. I've tried out I got out a big crate full of old analog or, electric Boss pedals to reform and rebuild a pedal board. I've never been really good at pedal boards and that sort of side of sound crafting on guitar. I'm more of a just pick the guitar up and start strumming it sort of person. But I am finding myself, I'm surprising myself that I'm able to do more on the guitar than I ever really think. It's just a matter of doing it and picking it up and having a crack. I've never really considered myself a lead guitarist, but I'm a pretty good rhythm guitarist because I think in rhythms, I think in drums, in melodies and so on. So I know I can construct good rhythmic lead parts. But yes, I've been doing a lot of building my effects pedal board. But I've found that once I got it all together and all these trial and error, I've aborted quite a lot of it and kept only a few pedals, and I've gone with a Boss GX100 sort of multi-effects unit. Some purists would say that is not the way to go, but for me it's definitely easier because I do like the ideas of setting things, of having them set as I do with my PA when I'm playing live. I have in my digital mixing desk, I've got all these different sort of formats and forums and different sort of arrangements saved, so I can just call them up and then slightly adjust them depending on the venue. Similarly with my guitar, that's what I've been doing. So the sync licensing's moving along. I've got a new website, jaredmurphymusic.com is now my official website, and that is where certainly there will be a Jared Murphy Collective component, but also all of my back catalogue is on there. It's you can look at it now, it's sort of built, but I need to add things as we go along. So that's kind of where it's at. Sync licensing, playing live, lots of gigs coming up for February and March. I'm solid. Every weekend there's at least 2 gigs, mostly 3 gigs most weekends. Pretty busy. The 2 months solid, then it cools down a little bit, and by mid-year I'm going to have another little break in mid-year. So that's where it's at, the Jared Murphy Collective. I mean, this is what I'm going to do, just give you an update. So for anyone, for 1 or 2 of these people in my orbit that are interested, hello, you know who you are. If you're new to what I'm doing, or you're new to listening to me rant and go on and on, this is it. I do these Jared Murphy Collective weekly updates that haven't really been weekly, but I'm hoping to make them weekly. And you can get this, you're probably, now you're watching, because how many minutes are we into it? We're about four minutes or so into it. I'm looking like that because I can't see. 4 minutes into it, so that'll be on YouTube. Otherwise, the shorter formats will be on Reels and, different sort of TikToks and so on and so forth. But yeah, that's where it's at. There's so much to do. What I'm realizing as a full-time musician, and this is my business, this is what I do for a living, is the administrative element of the business as a one-man business is huge, because it's a business model that requires, no matter what path I venture down, of which there's many paths. I can't venture down every path because that's not possible. I can venture down one path at a time with maybe some side paths to it. But what I've realized is that every path has a huge amount of administration. Yes, there are tools that can help me. Lots of, AI sort of calendars and content creation thingies, of which I am happy to use AI for that purpose, as my assistant, in an administrative manner. But there's so much admin. And that's not a complaint, that's just an observation. When I was not full-time and I had a day job as well that was different from my music world, even if my day job was working within music but working in a particular field, then that's your day job, you know what I mean? But as my job is now to be a musician, my main source of income is playing live gigs, but I'm developing these other things that can generate income. But when I was in that full-time job outside of music and then doing music as well, almost full-time, it was easy to dismiss a lot of the admin and just do what I could do, that just get what I can get done sort of thing. Whereas now it is my only concern and I'm diving into it. It's like when people say they retire, how they ever had time in their life because they've never been more busy in their life. And I'm not retired, but I'm now full-time music and I've never been busier because the success of it is up to me. Whereas having a day job with this cushion of income, but still making it very difficult, very time-consumingly difficult to do the music, it allowed me to ignore a lot of the admin and just get by, whereas now I can't ignore it, and I have to be so methodical. So my methodical process is going towards the administration of just getting my things in order for sync licensing is epic, because I have a huge back catalogue of music. I have a lot of collaborative songwriters I've worked with over the years into different bands. I have to get all their permissions to represent them. I'm not representing them, but I'm representing I'm pursuing the songs into sync licensing that have them as collaborative songwriters. So I have to have their permission to do that. There's a lot of things to realize, a lot of things to understand. Loading it all up onto a streaming platform that's easy, like a SoundCloud or directly to my website, et cetera, et cetera. It's massive task that I said to my wife the other day. She goes, how long do you reckon if you could block out? I said, you know what? I could block out a week and I reckon I could get it done. But I think I undersold that. I couldn't do it in a week, all this stuff. Because more than half of it, I have to learn how to do it. I have to learn and research what it is before I even start doing the actual hard admin part of it. It's epic. But it's fabulous because it's really, if I don't take stock of my back catalogue, who's going to? I don't have a publisher. I own all my publishing. So I'm very grateful for that. And that's the path I'm going down. So it's more gigs in 2 weeks' time, solid gigs throughout February, March. And some of them are JMC bands, some of them are duo, which are going great. The duo stuff's great. The band stuff is fabulous as well. And lots of them are solo, which of course I enjoy. I'm a bit of a specialist in that solo sort of department. I know how to sort of flexibly deliver different sorts of flavors and atmospheres of what I'm doing. Sometimes they can be party, sometimes they can be really mellow background. Sometimes the mellow background can have people really getting involved and really enjoying it. And so there I have cut out there. Here I am. I've freed up a little bit of space, so it might cut out again. But anyway, so I have been doing a lot of that sort of stuff, and it's been a great journey, great experience. It's all a journey, rich tapestry. So thanks for supporting. I hope you stick around, and I'm really enjoying it. I really am living a very charmed life. I am very aware of how fortunate I am in the world. There's a lot of weird shit going on in the world, and I am just in my little bubble, and I'm very grateful for that. So thanks very much, and I will see you next week, as they say. Maybe, we'll see.